Hi everyone, welcome to Weekly Cooking with Becky. This is week 2 in my new kitchen, so you're getting to see different parts of it. We're going to be working on the stove today, and what I will tell you is we're going to be making a baked Italian sausage, a delicious Italian meal, and you will need the stove and the oven. So I have right now the oven preheating to 375. So I'm excited about this dish. Couple things to let you know, it's a very traditional Italian dish. It'll be baked. If you have a big enough cast iron skillet, or I use an cladware, which is also available to go into the oven. They're oven safe and scratch resistant. So if you have something like that, if you have a really big one, you don't need 2 pans. But if you don't, then you'll need a 9x13 casserole dish. Okay, so here is the first part. I have gone ahead and in here, I'm gonna turn this on to medium heat. And I'm going to brown this. This is just, I use the brand Johnsonville, but it's Johnsonville Italian sausage. And you have 2 choices, mild or hot. So I went with mild. I'm sure my husband wants me to go with the hot, but we went with the mild. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to, I've kind of read through a little bit of this. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat it on both sides. I'm just searing it to seal in the juices. I am not fully cooking it, okay? These are already pre-cut. You can either leave them in their actual links or you can cut them. Some of them, the casings kind of fell off, some didn't. It really doesn't matter, but this is 10 links or 2 packages of Italian sausage. I use Johnsonville. I say always use what's on sale, and it happened to be the one that was on sale. And I used mild. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna go ahead and brown both sides here really quick over medium heat, and then I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup of water to it once it's brown. And then I'm gonna put a lid on it, turn it to low for 5 minutes. At that point, I'm going to drain off the water and the grease and get ready to assemble the casserole. So I'm gonna brown, simmer with water, and I'll meet up to assemble it. Okay, so at this point, the meat is thoroughly browned, and we are just going to top it kind of like a lasagna. Let's tune in here. So we have the meat already browned. To this, I'm going to add, choices up to you. This one is a Prego no sugar added one. This recipe is really awesome. It mentions a whole lot of different marinara sauces that are low carb. Raos, which I've mentioned on previous ones. Lucini, which I've used before. Mezzetta Napa Valley. I don't know, I haven't heard of that one, but you guys may have. Aldi also, if you're in an area with Aldi. I miss Aldi, guys, but if you have Aldi, they've got a great one too. And then of course there's Prego and a few others. The key is looking for low carb and then no added sugars. So you just take a jar, a 24-ounce jar of that, and like I said, no added sugars, please, no added sugars. And we're just gonna pour it on top of our brown. I went ahead and degreased and dewatered. I took the water and the grease out after browning. And I'm just kind of coating this nice and evenly. Already looks good. Now they don't say I have to stir it in, so I kind of don't want to, but I don't know about you. Are you like me? I just feel like I have to know that it's even. I just gotta know that it's even, and then I'm okay. All right, so we've got the jar there. I have 1.5 cups of shredded mozzarella and a 1/4 cup of Parmesan or Romero, some sort of grated cheese. We are going to sprinkle this on top. I love my Parmesan. So that's what we use, is what it calls for, but I know some people have the Parmesan Romero combined, it will be delicious. If you want to use a different type of cheese, feel free. Use what you like because it's going to be in your belly. All right, at the very end, I then add in the seasonings. It's gonna sprinkle over the top to get golden brown. In here, I have Italian seasoning, garlic powder, basil seasoning, and the salt and pepper. So I'm gonna see if I can do it this way. Try to make it even. Guys, I swear, I know I've said it before, you need smell-o-vision. Stuff smells so good. All right, at this point in time, I will come back with all the nutrient stuff and what they recommend and what I'm going to do for serving it with. So it goes into the oven at 375 for 18 minutes. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn it so I can talk to you a little bit. I have a dog under me. Scruffy, Mama needs your move, sweetie pie. Love you, but no. All right. Oh, this is yummy. All right, 18 minutes. If you want, at the very end, you can always kick it up to broil for a minute or two if you want to have that brown bubbly on top. Totally up to you. Okay, so first let me go over the recipe, the nutritional information, what they recommend serving it with, and what I'm doing. Okay, so we have 2 packs of Italian sausage. It's a total of 10 links, hot or mild, up to you. You can leave them full. You can cut them up like I did into bite-sized pieces. Totally up to you. What you're going to do is you can cook or not cook. If you do it my way, you're going to brown them. And once they're brown on each side, you're gonna add a half a cup of water and then just simmer on low for 8 minutes. And I flipped them after 4 just to get those juices going and then drain. If you don't do what I do, you just automatically go to the 13x9 pan and you lay the sausages in there, either broken up or whole. You don't have to do the pre-cook step. It just doesn't seal in the juices. But if you're running late, skip that step. At that point, once you've got everything drained, you add in 25 ounces of a low carb marinara sauce, and then you top it with 1.5 cups of mozzarella cheese, 1/4 cup Parmesan cheese, or that would be a total of 1 3/4 cups of any cheese of your choice. Like I said, cheese is cheese, use what you want. And then 1/4 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of basil seasoning, 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. It does not mention salt, but I did add a dash of salt to mine for the electrolytes because I use pink Himalayan. Sprinkle that over the top, put it in a preheated 375 oven for 18 minutes. If you want to add 2 more minutes on broil just to get it that brown and bubbly, you can. All right, nutritional information. This is a high calorie dinner, so I'm going to totally be honest with you guys. You either need to veg up really, really good your other meals. So like for me, this is dinner, so I had a huge salad for lunch, knowing full well that I was eating this for dinner. Or you need to serve it over their recommendations. I'm going to do something different because I had a big salad. They recommend things like butternut squash or zucchini noodles, so you still get your veggie in there. I started off the day with a lot of veggies. I had veggies in my eggs this morning and I had a salad, so I'm already veggied. So there's something people love it or hate it. I just wanted to show it to you. I'm showing you the big box. This is the Costco box. If you have a Whole Foods, a Sprouts, they have other brands, and I've probably tried them all. This one's called Miracle Noodle. I've done Healthy Noodle. I've done Sprouts version. I've done the Whole Foods version. Basically, it's 3 ingredients, and you'll notice it says paleo and keto. It probably looks backwards. Sorry about that. But paleo and keto, and a whopping 5 calories. 5 whole calories in a serving. It's supposed to act like a spaghetti noodle. I'm gonna show them to you. So it's 5 calories per serving. There's 0 fat, 0 cholesterol, 0 sodium, 0 protein. It's basically an empty food. but you're not hurting yourself. So that way, all of your calories come from the meal. So you get only 5 extra calories, and it comes out to be 1 net carb. So it's really a trace carb by the end of the day. So when I do a heavy meal like that, I tend to go this way. Now, these are actually made, I'll probably say it wrong. It's 3 ingredients. This is where a keto person is probably, even though it says keto, strict keto, you're probably gonna say no. Lazy, dirty keto, you're probably gonna say yes. Low carbers, we say yes. Paleo says yes. Lots of people say yes, but if you're strict keto, I totally get it. Use the noodles, use the butternut squash. Water, organic cognac flour, and citric acid, and the key there is the cognac flour. So depending on where you fit with that, it's totally up for you. Oh, it's also gluten-free. I wanted to point that out for my gluten people. So, and because there's no sugar, diabetic friendly. So it's not a bad meal. In fact, it's used a lot in Chinese and Vietnamese foods as a base. So what I did is I rinsed it out, and this is what it looks like, just so you guys can kind of see. I break them in half because they're really long noodles, but they're kind of a clear noodle, but you can kind of see that it takes on that spaghetti texture. Or spaghetti look. I will say the texture is similar to, it's kind of a more jelly-ish kind of thing that you would probably find in a soup. So it's something people like or they don't like. Our family happens to like them, so when I can, I use those instead of me making zucchini noodles and them having regular noodles. I can keep us all that way. So that's what we're doing tonight, but I have been known to do the regular noodles for them and the zucchini noodles for me. Just have something underneath. If you don't eat a lot of vegetables in the remainder of your day, put a veggie base in there. Okay, I'm big on veggies. I've had a ton, so we're going this way. So I will be back in just a little bit to show you it all plated up, and then it'll be time to eat. All right, guys, I'm gonna do the plate up pretty quickly. We have a big storm coming in, and to those that don't know, I'm from Arizona and we're in monsoon season, and it's getting pretty loud and boomy outside. So I just went ahead and went easy. I went for a plastic plate. Got those specific type of noodles on there. Let me show you really quickly. Food, doesn't it look good? Make sure you go in there, get some of the sauce, the sausage, the cheese. And then of course, even though we've got Parmesan on there, put some at the table, you never know. Whoops. Yeah, sorry. There you have it, guys. An Italian sausage, low carb, keto, paleo, gluten-free, friendly bake. Enjoy.